I've been running llamaste since 2014, and in 2018 I founded opened up our first physical studio in Dumbo, and then in 2019 we moved over to Carroll. Well, first to Columbia Waterfront District, and then after just when things were starting to get hot, of course you had you had COVID, you had the pandemic, and then we used that time to move to a brand new location. And we have a staff. We teach yoga to adults, to kids. We have prenatal, and we have products as well.
I love that. I was reading on your website. Did you start originally with the products and then move to the studio? How did was that your journey?
And I was just getting into yoga at the time.
Yeah.
What happened was I was a very avid runner, and I had a little knee injury where I had to have a procedure, and I was off my knee for a while, so I had to find different ways to stay in shape. So I started practicing yoga, and around 2014, I came up with the idea for Llamaste, and it started as a little joke in my family where my wife was comparing with a llama when I ate peanut butter off a spoon. And so the llamas became a running joke. We went to the zoo, went to the petting zoo one time, and my son's like, "Hey, Dad, there's your cousin." It was actually an alpaca. Yes. Yeah. So it became so. One day, my son just out of the blue says, "Dad, can you draw a llama in a yoga pose?" And he must have been around 12 at the time. So I drew the picture, which eventually became my logo, Llama. Yeah. So we had a big laugh, and said, "This would be a great name for a product brand." Llamas, they carry around all your gear, and they're very chill animals. And so I started creating bags to carry yoga gear, and soon it became like yoga apparel, whatever. And I was looking for a yoga certification course that fit my schedule, and like around that time, around 2016, fast forward, our first online training went live. So I joined. I was the first one on board, and about a year later, I got certified and started teaching privately and incorporating it with my brand. So around 2018, after I opened my first studio, the location was like a little bit. It was in Dumbo, but there was a little bit of an off location, with a small location. So so I decided, I needed to find a better location, find more of a niche to. There's a yoga studio everywhere in New York. So it's like, there's very few family yoga centers. A center that, most of them are very serious, adult oriented, and are very serious. And I wanted to make yoga accessible to everyone, not just avid yogis, but teach that anyone can do it, and it's great for your kids. It's great for you. It's great for everyone. So when I moved, I opened up a family yoga center where we have classes for kids. We have family classes and all prenatal and postnatal, mommy and.
What do you find is the most popular class at is it for yoga for little kids? Is it postnatal? What is the most popular class at your studio?
At my studio we have it twice a week. I opened up the third one because it was so popular. It's called Slow and Gentle Flow, and we got a huge number of people for that class, because there's a lot of people that just want to do yoga but not have such a workout. We don't want it to be too slow, just very very casual, very inclusive, and those are the most successful classes. We have them every Monday and Friday morning at 10. Then we opened up one on Wednesday at 10. Also popular is our after work. We have a candlelit restorative for people after work, and people love that. And we have after work yoga, which is also very popular.
Beautiful. Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot, that even in people's personal practice as well, they're moving a little bit towards like a slower, very restorative practice in the last couple of years. How has your personal practice changed? I mean, going from being an avid runner, then picking up yoga, and then opening all these businesses, you know, time becomes a little more less flexible. How has your personal practice changed over these years?
My personal practice is a little more limited because I'm doing a lot of teaching. My favorite method of teaching is still vinyasa. I like more of a power flow and more of a rigorous flow. I like to go, since I'm a runner, which I did start running again. I also go to the gym. I swim, so I do like a rigorous flow. But I incorporate all elements in it. I start off with a slow warm up, you know, to warm people, because breathing and developing that flexibility is very important before actually beginning your practice. So I spend time with some breath work, and then slowly go into the vinyasa sequence with some standing poses, some citations, a peak pose, and then at the end I do a little cool down period where people can relax and whatever, and I like to dedicate at least 10 minutes to the final meditation of Savasana.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice, well-rounded, actually, flow as well. Do you remember your first yoga class that you took, how you felt? Because coming from a running world and then all of a sudden taking
first one was
yoga class, what was
actually
that
my first yoga class
like
ever was when I was a teenager. I was in California for summer. I was in UCLA, and they had a yoga class like maybe a couple times a week at the gym over there, and I enjoyed it. I remember I enjoyed it. I wasn't as dedicated to doing yoga back then. It was just something extra that I did, and I didn't start doing yoga again until maybe like more than maybe about 20 years later, or 15, 20 years later.
Right. Yeah. I love that. And does your whole family practice now?
My oldest daughter. I mean, I'm a grandfather.
Your kids are probably much older now.
2 grandchildren, and I have another one on the way. And well, I have 2 sons. They don't really practice. They're involved in their own things. And my youngest daughter, you know, she enjoys it. She enjoys it a bit.
Right.
She in fact she took kids yoga for a while with one of my teachers back during the pandemic when she was home.
Yeah. What was that like for you? I mean, everyone in New York had to shut down at that point, and you had already opened up your physical yoga space at that point. So
very
what
difficult
was that period like for you guys?
Because
Oh, I think we lost you. Yeah.
that's why I spent a lot of time developing the brand, and then you know, actually I did a lot of my own videos during that time, including one of my favorite ones was Snowga. We had a very snowy day, so I took my blanket and I took a mat in the middle of the snow, and I did a hour and a half practice on video.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun, because you can't imagine doing yoga in the snow. You're out there in the jacket and the hat and whatever, and by the middle of the practice, you're already in the tank top and shorts. You just
Right.
Yeah, this is sure.
Oh, and I see all your clothing behind you. Can you show us?
So this is one of my newest product lines here. This is the long sleeve twist top and our flare pants. Now these are made, I'm going to do a little close up if you can see it. It's a sustainable material. It's a very soft material.
Yeah.
And these are other long sleeve tops we have. This is the twist top in white. And these are ribbed long sleeve tops. They're open in the back. And so this is called our comfy and chic line. This is the llamas there. There's our mascot.
Oh, and I see the llamas. I see llamas.
This is I'll show you. This is also, we have These are called Sunshine in the Studio. So we have different patterns. We have a pineapple pattern. This is
cute.
A crop top, a very popular style. And we also have here's a llama pattern in our long line.
Oh, it's so cute. So are you still designing
we still
the
are,
llamas
yes.
Yes. on the fabrics that
we
you
do
use?
it. We do it very small quantities at a time,
Yeah.
because these are manufactured. These are manufactured in the U.S. This is our seashell. The manufactured in the U.S., which means the cost for manufacturing is higher, and they're special. They're all made from like recycled bottles. That's part of the material. This is a very popular one of ours. This is our. We have other patterns. We have cheetah pattern, and this is our. We have solid too. This is our everyday. We call this everyday essentials, and they. This is a off the shoulder, one shoulder, and they have our logo on the inside.
Yeah.
We have not gotten.
Do you have
men's
fashion as well?
That's next.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I told you what I do wear.
You can't wear any of your own clothing.
I started out with this. I started out before I got into the more athletic apparel. I did more like casual. So I was doing muscle tops, which and that I actually do wear, which is what I have on. Which is what I have on right now.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And I was reading on your website as well, you donate 10% of your proceeds to human trafficking causes. So, I mean, amazing. Basically, your clothing is like made out of recycled plastic bottles, made in the U.S., donating.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. It's like a whole thing. Do you guys have any events coming up that you want to share before we go? Any fun workshops or
by the way,
anything that you're excited? Any ideas to expand?
This is how we started with mat bags. I'll put this down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and these are very popular.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
Any events? We do have. Well, we are organizing a headstand practice workshop later this month in mid-April.
Yeah. Is that for all
I think for anyone that wants to learn how to do an inversion, but has that fear factor. Yeah, so it's helping get over the fears. We're the thing that makes us unique as a studio is we're open to everyone. Anyone that wants to practice is come here. There's no judgment. And I've had several clients tell that I've gone to this studio with this and they're telling me get into this pose, get into that pose, and I can't do it. I can't keep up. And here, everyone feels welcome, and there's just no pressure to get into a pose. And that's how I teach. I say we'll do this pose, and if you've been practicing inversions for several years and do it by yourself, I welcome you to give yourself that gift, or always introduce the variations to and explain that no matter what variation you're using, you're still getting the same benefit. A child's pose is a inversion like a headstand.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that message because I think it's so important, and I tell this even to my friends who may have tried one studio or one teacher and it wasn't a right fit. I always say try another one, because maybe that first experience it wasn't the right teacher, the right location for you. Just keep trying and try new studios and try new teachers, and hopefully maybe you don't like yoga. That's okay too. Some people it's not for them. But I also encourage them to try different, teachers and places, because maybe they just needed to find another one that better fit what they were trying to do. So I love that you're sending that message. We have
a kids summer program coming up in July. For all ages, we have 2 groups so far, one from 4 to 8, one from 9 to 12. Hopefully we get enough people to be able to divide it up into 3 groups.
Yeah. So is it like a summer camp kind of a thing? So when kids are home from school, parents can drop off the kids? thank you so
Yeah,
much, Bill. And thank you. We met you
she's
through
great. She's
Tasha, who's one
fantastic.
of your teachers as well. So thank you so much. She's amazing. I mean, she's such an amazing person. And she was like, you got to meet Bill. He's got this great studio. So we're so thankful for your support of what we're doing as well, and for sharing the message of what you're doing. Amazing work for families. I wish I had family yoga as a kid, quite honestly. So.
Okay, you too, Jan. Have a great day.
Great. Thank you so